Identified body number 68. Male. Another John Doe. Its face is beyond recognition. Not because of rot, but because the corpse has an astronaut helmet that seems impossible to remove without ripping its whole cranium off. Autopsy couldn't find a reason of the death, but it's supposed to be mental. Maybe an aneurysm.
Hey, what's that?
What?
There's a piece of paper on its hand.
So
That can be a clue to the cause of his death?
well, what are you waiting for? Check the paper. What does it say?
Rewrite the Stars, Part 3. Video?
What is that even supposed to mean?
The hell am I supposed to know?
Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's me, your favorite astronaut Valttering here. Did you miss me? I missed you guys, I love you all. Today we're here to see the third chapter of Rewrite the Stars. And oh boy, I'm so excited to do this. This is certainly as interesting as the last one. I'm so sure about it. Okay, masks off now. As I'm writing this intro, I didn't really begin to read it. So wait here as I take a look on what we are dealing with.
A few moments later.
I'm back. Holy God, I'm back. Oh boy, you got a hell of a ride to go through this one. We already began this comic in 2018. I think I know this title from somewhere. Lynn begins by saying that they mature early and that she felt like a grown-up at age 15. Lincoln completes by saying that they did their best to keep the situation from escalating, but when it did, nobody would have thought things would go like that. We got directly into a dialogue between Laurie and Lincoln. Laurie apparently has moved out of the house because she's saying that she can't wait till Friday to see the family again. Lincoln responds that they also miss her, especially Luna, saying that she is excited. Laurie says that this is expected. This is the best night of her life, and Lincoln is basically gonna be there as a freshman. Laurie also says that he grown up so much and that she's proud of him. She also says that Luna told her about how much Lincoln has been helping with the preparations, and she asks him if it has any particular reason why, maybe a girl. She then says that it is hard to think that this handsome teen used to go around the house in his undies. We finally get a glimpse of Lincoln in his 13s, saying to Laurie to not make it weird. He says that there is no reason and no girl. He's just happy for Luna. That's it. Laurie says that she believes him and asks if he has everything ready yet. He responds that Mom asked Lynn and him to go get his suit from the dry cleaner. Laurie then says that he should get going. Better not leave it for the last second. Lincoln agrees and say bye to both his sister and her boyfriend Bobby. We then got a series of Lincoln thoughts, talking to himself that he just needs to ask her if she is ready to go to the mall, saying that he had prepared all week for this. Just enjoy some quality time with his older sis. He just needs to focus and not get distracted. But then we got some shots of Lincoln thirsting over his sister until she notices him. I want you to hear it slowly. We get some shots of Lincoln thirsting over his sister. Proceeding to the next page, Lincoln starts some kind of strange conversation, asking what Lynn is doing. She says that she's just practicing some karate and that she's applying for her black belt in June. Lincoln says that this is cool and he is sure that she will kick some asses, probably in a good way. Lynn thanks him and asks what is he doing there. Lincoln then tries to say in a very awkward way what happened since the first page of this chapter, and says that they need to go get his suit at the dry cleaner, and that he could wait if she's practicing. We then got a glimpse on Lincoln's thoughts. How can she be so beautiful? Even when she's not even saying anything, just staring at him. He finally completes his line of thought, asking if maybe they can go at the mall together. He then says that if she can't, he totally understands it. But Lynn is too occupied with her own thoughts, asking how can he be this cute when he is embarrassed, and if he can't tell what he does to her. She also thinks that he is basically asking her out on a date, and that is basically what she has been waiting for. And this is her last chance. I have no idea on how one can come to such a conclusion. He specifically told you that he is going to get his suit from the dry cleaner. He also said that your mom told that you should go too. How on earth can that be a date? Lynn finally talks, saying that, speaking about Lincoln's suit, she have been meaning to something that we are never gonna know because their mom finally shows up after 2 whole chapters being absent, confronting Lynn on why is her door open while she's working out. Both of them get scared and try to justify themselves instantly. Lynn says that she's just doing some karate forms and she's decent because she's wearing a sports bra. Lincoln says that it's his fault. He walked in to ask her to go to the mall. The mom then says to Lincoln to wait for his sister downstairs. She then starts to give Lynn a lecture on how they have been over this enough times already, saying that they are teens now and she should know where to draw the lines. She also says that Lynn needs to look after Lincoln, for he is her responsibility as an older sister. She finishes saying that it's time for Lynn to start acting responsibly and do what's best for both of them. Lynn gets sad and proceeds to get ready to leave, saying that she missed her shot. Wait, were you there this whole time? Now downstairs we see the rest of the family and how much they have grown up since the last chapter. We see the twins talking about their preparations, the youngest sister of the family now old enough to talk, and the older sisters at the table talking about Luna's big day. As soon as they notice Lincoln's presence, Luna asks him if he has everything ready, and another sister asks him if he has a date. One of the twins says that El Diablo would love to go with him if he needs a date to dance. The other one says that they all know that Lincoln likes someone and asks who is it. The nerd then says that even she doesn't have an idea on who could be, and the youngest just asks about a drawing she made. But when Lincoln is saying that her drawing is beautiful, they already figure that he's dodging the questions on his date. But Lynn comes downstairs just in time to save Lincoln from answering those questions, saying that they need to go. The sisters even try to say that they are figuring out who Lincoln's crush is, but Lynn says that the chat will have to wait because right now is Lincoln time. Feeling funny today, aren't we? During the next page, we see a dialogue between the siblings. Lynn is asking Lincoln about that crush thing. Lincoln says that it was just the girls trying to make him admit that he has a crush on someone. Lynn then asks if he has, saying that she's one of the sisters as well. She also says that if he doesn't want to talk about it, it's fine, but Lincoln assures that there's nothing to talk about. He used to have a lot of crushes in middle school, but now he says that he's just tired with setting himself for disappointment. Lynn gets surprised by this, and Lincoln continues saying that he is done crushing for girls that are impossible for him, saying that it only leads to him getting disappointed. Lynn says that this sounds like loser talk to her, and he is no loser. Lincoln says that he might not be a loser, but he's lame. Not really the type of guy that girls would like to date. They never heard of her having a crush on someone. Lynn says that she is too busy being the number one to get in a relationship. Lincoln questions that it has to be someone she's interested in. Lynn says that there might be, but no one asked her out, so they are both going solo. Lincoln ends by saying that they can be alone together, before giving a sad glimpse over the bus window. Now 15 minutes later, already at the mall, we see that they already got Lincoln's suit, although Lincoln wants to take a look at the comic store, but Lynn seems annoyed for getting dished for some comic books. Lincoln then promises to buy his sister an ice cream and she lets him go. As soon as Lincoln leaves, we see someone approaching Lynn. It's Polly, an old friend of Lynn. Polly mentions that they haven't seen each other since she left the roller derby team. They trade some compliments, and Lynn proceeds to ask if she's there for some shopping. Polly says that her cousin is graduating high school and she invited her to her prom party. Lynn points out that her family is also gonna be there, for Luna is also graduating and she's gonna play there with her band. Lynn then says that she is at the mall helping Lincoln to get his suit from the dry cleaner. Lynn points out that he is right there at the comic store, saying that he steals into stuff like that. Polly then says that she haven't seen him since he cheered for Lynn on their last tournament, and he changed a lot. Lynn then says that her little bro is growing up, to which Polly agrees. Polly then asks Lynn if Lincoln has a date to dance, for she wouldn't mind giving him a second shot as a partner. Lynn looks with a look of annoyance and lies, saying that he's going with a girl and that he was telling Lynn about her when they came there. Polly accepts this well and leaves the siblings to do their thing, saying that they will see each other on Friday. Before leaving, Polly says to Lynn to not be a stranger and tell Lincoln that she said hi, as we see Lynn with a look of guilt on the background. 20 minutes later, we got a series of Lynn's thoughts feeling guilty. She's saying to herself that Polly could be Lincoln's date, but she took it away from him. He is not her boyfriend. She shouldn't sabotage him like this, calling herself awful. She thinks that she have missed her chance, but he deserves to get his. While Lincoln notices Lynn stopping on the way and asking if she is okay. Lynn hits him, saying that he isn't lame. He might not realize it, but he is an amazing guy. She doesn't really know if he has a crush or not. The girl says that he does, but she isn't good at picking up on that stuff. But she does know that if he has, that girl would be thrilled to be his date. Any girl would be. But sometimes they don't know how to approach this stuff. So he shouldn't be afraid to take the first step. Lynn says that she's not the best to talk about love stuff, but he should trust her. He shouldn't be afraid of an impossible love for being disappointed like her. If he really likes a girl, he should go for it. For whoever she is, should be lucky to have him. And the sisters would help him as much as they can. They want him to be happy. Lynn says in thoughts that even her, she just wants him to be happy. Her impossible love. Lincoln says in thoughts that he knows she does, but she can't. She wouldn't, not if she knew. And he responds by saying thanks to her, and that this means a lot to him. Now we cut to 3 days later, on Friday evening, the graduation day for Luna. All the family is reunited and getting ready for the night. Lincoln is getting the hair of one of the twins done. The dad is calling Lenny and Lynn to get down, while the mom says that Luna is gonna be happy when she sees them. Pay attention on this part of the panel though. We're going to see something about this very soon. As when Lincoln finishes, the sister hugs him and asks if he's sure he doesn't want her to pretend to be his date. Lincoln refuses, saying that he's okay by himself. The other twin, on the other hand, offers Hobbs, a frog, to go with Lincoln, but that is cut by Lenny coming downstairs and calling Lynn to come as well. And when she does, Lincoln gets speechless. We then get a glimpse of the stars, and narration Lincoln comes to say that the moment he saw Lynn coming downstairs, he knew it had all been in vain. When Lynn asks what he meant, he says that he spent 2 years building walls around his heart, pretending he could stop his feelings from slipping through the cracks. He thought he could will himself out of those feelings, just to her to break all of them. As he stood there, he knew he'd lost the battle against his heart. We then got a full panel showing Lynn and Lincoln's reaction to her as his heart begins to beat like crazy. The sisters then began to compliment Lynn, saying that she is the prettiest when she isn't angry, and asking who's the lucky person. She gets shy and responds by saying that she doesn't need a ponytail to kick their butt. She points to Lincoln and says that she doesn't want to hear a single thing from him, to which he responds by saying that he would never. Narration Lynn comes saying that it was supposed to be Luna's special night, prom night, last concert in high school. Narration Lincoln says that neither of them expected that night to be such a milestone on their relationship. The first part of the night was definitely all about Luna. The moon goes as good as always, and when Luna made the big reveal, Sam said yes. Narration Lynn says that it's fair to say that set the mood, and made she yearned for a significant other, even if she knew she couldn't have the one she wanted. Lincoln says that it didn't help the fact that all of their older siblings were having their dates on their own. Laurie and Bobby, Lenny and Gavin, Luan and Benny, all gloating what they lacked. He says that he tried to keep himself distracted with the younger sisters. They were having fun by themselves. Why couldn't he do the same? Lynn says that she saw him. She couldn't really take her eyes out of him, to be honest. Always such a caring brother. She saw him happy and close to the girls. She was having fun, but she wanted it to be with him. In the next page, we see that Lincoln is already tired from dancing, sitting on a bench. That until Lynn comes along, asking if she can sit next to him. She asks him if he's having fun. He responds by saying that he is, and that he still can't believe Sam and Luna are getting married. Lynn comments on how that was a surprise to all of them, since Luna didn't tell this to anyone. Lincoln says that he's happy for her, and says how nice it must be to have someone special like that. Lynn jokes about Lincoln getting married at 13, but he just says that it would be nice to have someone to share these feelings like these, like everyone around them are doing. But no one asks him out, and he's too weird to ask anyone, so it's him for tonight. Yeah bro, I know this feeling. Lyndon says that she is pretty sure they said they would be alone together, and tells him to take her hand and share these moments. We then get a montage of the two siblings dancing together. That ends with Lynn asking to go outside. Now outside, Lynn says that she was getting tired of the loud music. Lincoln jokes that she should be used to the loudness. Lynn agrees, but she says that she doesn't like it when she wants to have fun and talk to somebody. Lincoln's worried that they might get in trouble for being there, but Lynn says that it's worth the risk. Lincoln agrees and thanks Lynn for this is the most fun he had in such a long time. He thought he wouldn't enjoy it, for being alone and all that stuff. Lynn reassures that that's what she's there for, to make sure he will never be alone. Lincoln recognizes it and says it's good to know he can always count on her. Lynn then remembers their promise of being there for each other no matter what. And it's not only because he is her little brother, he's just a great guy in general, and she loves being with him. She recognizes that he probably would rather have a pretty girl to say this to him, one not related to him, but Lincoln responds by saying that this is okay. He also loves spending time with her. He says that he prefers being there with her than on a random date. He admits that it would be nice to have a girlfriend to be with tonight, but he honestly doesn't feel like he is missing out. He then says that he knows Lynn said that she didn't want to hear a word from him about her look, but she is looking wonderful tonight. Lincoln asks how come she doesn't have a date. He knows his reason to, but she surely wouldn't have trouble finding someone. She answers it by saying that no one asked her out for tonight, but some guys have been tried to go out with her before. But she's not desperate to be with someone just because everyone else is. She's waiting for the right guy, even if it's impossible to happen, cause he wouldn't love her the way she loves him. She have just accepted it at this point. Lincoln frowns and starts to recite their promise, asking if this is what they promised to each other. He then asks what if he messed up? What if he said something stupid and terrible? Would she hate him for it? Lynn denies, saying that she could never hate him. Lincoln asks what if he said something that he can't take back? Something that he shouldn't say. Lynn says that all of them says and wants things they shouldn't. She herself wants something she shouldn't want, but it makes her so happy and it's so important that she still wants it more than anything. Lincoln keeps asking questions on what if it's something no one would understand, and if no one would ever support her. She then answers saying that she doesn't need anyone's approval, only his. Lincoln says that he had this same scenario as a dream before. He hated waking up every time. But Lynn says that neither of them is waking up this time. This is the real deal. And after a flashback of all the happenings we saw during the previous chapters, they finally do it. They openly say that they love each other. Lincoln says that he doesn't know how it happened, and Lynn says the same. She also asks if he knew about her, but he responds by saying that he didn't. He just thought he was a weirdo. He then says that he thought she would hate him if she ever found out, and Lynn says that she would never. She have loved him for as long as she remembers, but she couldn't risk losing him. But now they both know it. Lincoln then asks if they can. He doesn't specify what, but it's obvious he's talking about a kiss. We then go to another narration bit. Lincoln says that for once he stopped thinking. He stopped worrying. He's just listening to his heart. Lynn says the opposite. For once, she thought before acting. Her brain kept telling her that everything about it was wrong, but she didn't mind. She knew they would be better being with someone else, but she wanted to be his one true love. She just wanted to give in. She was ready to risk losing everything and everyone they ever loved. She knew she could handle it. She didn't have any doubts. She knew what she wanted. She knew she wouldn't regret. She was ready to disappoint everyone. She was ready and willing to deal with all the consequences. But notice one thing. She's talking only about herself, not about Lincoln. She realizes it, blocking their kiss on the last second. And the narration continues with her saying that she couldn't be so selfish. She couldn't ruin his life. We cut to a dialogue. Lynn is saying that there's nothing that she would like more than be with him. But they can't. After all, they are siblings. It would destroy their lives. His life. Lincoln tries to propose something, but Lynn cuts it short by saying that it would never work. Lincoln asks, what are they gonna do now? Pretend they don't have any feelings for each other? Lynn responds that she will always love him. She can't pretend she doesn't, but it isn't meant to be. In some other life, they wouldn't be related. and she would be the luckiest girl alive. But for this one, she's just happy to know he loves her too. The next page is both of them going back inside the party. Lincoln is saying sorry for messing it all up. Lynn says that he didn't. She is happy to get this out of her chest. Lynn then says that he ruins their relationship, but Lynn says that he's still her brother. Things don't have to change. Lincoln asks even if they know what they know now, and Lynn responds that they already knew that they couldn't be together. So this changes nothing. Only that they don't have to keep dreaming about confessing and don't have to worry about the other person hating them. They say goodbye as they get inside and go two opposite directions. Lincoln seems numb, even passing by two of his sisters, asking to dance. Lynn tells a lie to Polly, saying that his date for the night dumped him and asking her to go talk to him. Polly says that she will, but asks about Lynn if she is alright. We cut to Lynn asking Lori if she could drive her home, since she doesn't feel well. Lori even comments that it's not midnight yet, and just as she was about to joke about Lynn can't keeping up at the party, she notices her sister crying. Lynn says that she is okay. She's just tired. 30 minutes later, we see Polly trying to console Lincoln, saying that she knows it hurts now, but the sooner he manages to move on, the sooner he starts to heal. Lincoln thanks Polly, but he dismisses her, saying that he just needs some space alone. Narration Lincoln then says that just for Lynn to know, he never blamed her. He got caught up in the moment and forgot how the real world was. Narration Lynn responds saying that she wanted to run to him, but she knew it would only lead to pain. She wanted to spare him from it. She thought maybe he could grow out of it and be fine. It wouldn't be the case to her though, but she wanted the best for him. Maybe it just wasn't written at the start. Damn it, she almost said the thing. Narration Lincoln says that he knew the next couple of months would be terrible for him, and he thought he would never get over it. Lynn says that she didn't want to get over it. It would be like getting rid of the most beautiful part of her. Lincoln says that he prayed and prayed for those feelings to go away, for the pain to go away. Lynn says that she thought she spared him from an insurmountable pain of an impossible love. Is that even a word? She had known better. Maybe she could have saved them a lot of tears. Lincoln says that it wasn't her fault. The situation seemed so unfair. They loved each other. Why couldn't they be together? Didn't they deserve happiness just like everyone else? I have a couple of reasons to show you on why you couldn't be together. Lynn says that at least they managed to save face in front of everyone else. They continue to act like siblings and no one noticed a thing. Lincoln says that it's true, but he recalled a bit from the first page of the first chapter. Because of everything that have been through, he knows that what they have is real. He ends this chapter saying that all the good things that came later were a response to the pain they felt. And good things happened not too long after that night, giving us another cliffhanger for the next chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, wow. I remember in the first video, I said that this comic has a good writing, an interesting story, nice narrative, and so on. To be honest, all of that was said with basically no foundation. The things I knew about this comic I've heard from other people in other videos. But, and I mean it, I am impressed. This one is the most interesting part of this comic so far. It's almost shameful for me to admit, but I'm legit invested. I'm anxious about the next chapter, and I promise to bring it to you guys as soon as I can. Now, if you guys like this content, let me know by leaving a like. If you think I'm doing a good job by reading this, subscribe. And if you have something to say or any idea for a video that is not Rewrite the Stars, leave a comment. All credits go to the creator of this comic, Underrated Hero. Their Twitter is on screen. They post regular updates on the production of chapter 6 of this comic there. So if you want to get some spoilers, go there and follow them. Now I must go. I have to check some data that was sent to me. See you later, Space Wanderer. Am I becoming one of them degenerates? Well, darn it.